Welcome. In this video tutorial we'll discuss how to fix your own Saab 93NG MIU from 2007 and onwards, or your Dame Edna speaker assistant box. The culprit at hand is this small speaker, and in the case that this speaker is still functional, it's the CPU, in which case you do need to visit somebody who's a little bit more skilled at soldering to help you out. Now what you can see me doing right here is holding up a MIU board from a 2007 93NG. Now a very clear telltale sign that your speaker is broken is that it is measuring an unlimited amount of resistance. If that is the case with your MIU, it's likely going to be your speaker that's broken, especially if an alternative speaker that you might have on hand or you're able to buy on the internet measures a different amount of resistance. What you can see this AI image is displaying is sort of the issue with the Saab speaker. It's constructed with die bonds, which are very tiny gold joints that run from a pin to the coil where the speaker emits its sound. These bonds are very sensitive to vibrations, so a speaker vibrating and then a car vibrating can loosen them up over time, which is exactly what happened with this little speaker. Here you can see me pointing towards the die bonds, which I thought was visible on the camera, but as a die bond can be anywhere from about 10 times smaller than a human hair, sometimes even more, to upwards to the size of half a human hair, it's very difficult to spot. This is the resistance of the new speaker, which we will be placing into the MIU board. It's a very straightforward procedure. You basically clean the PCB, then you reapply some flux to make sure that any residual solder from the previous speaker is removed. Once removed, you clean the whole board again, and that's really a staple of electronic repairs. You clean a lot, and once your board is clean, you place back the new speaker, and then you resolder the whole thing back together, and after that you of course clean a little bit more. The reason why you clean is to make sure that any residual flux is gone from the PCB, as that stuff might be acidic and it could potentially eat into the board, into the traces and vias, which you want to avoid as much as possible. Now, the reason why you want to do a fix like this is very simple. In some cases, finding a MIU instrument cluster for your 93 is very difficult because yours might have a very low mileage, which was the case with this customer. And in that case you want to fix their own MIU, as that's much more beneficial for them than finding a new MIU or dialing back the mileage, which is possible, but in many countries illegal. Now, when you're almost finished with your work, always make sure to check what you've done, see if it's still working, see if you measure a good amount of resistance, and then afterwards clean a little bit more, as that's the staple of electronic repairs. Reapply some conformal coating and then put the PCB back into its encasing. Reapply the dials, and then you're basically done. This is how you fix the Saab MIU. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope it helps you out.